Hello guys, welcome to today's video. So for those who have been waiting for the Adobe Illustrator tutorials here, I have for you the Adobe Illustrator tutorial for logo designing. So when you open your software, Adobe Illustrator software, this is the interface you are going to be introduced with. So on your far left side, you have your new file button and then your open button. And you know, for every Adobe software, if you have new file, open file, the new file is used to create a new project, whereas the open file is used to open an already existing project. Now when you check this part, we have sizes that have been saved for you. So we have the letterhead size, we have the postcard size, we have the common web design. This is the common website, the website, the landing page. We call it the hero section. We have the size here for you. We also have the HDV or the HDTV for videos, those who have been doing YouTube videos. So we have that size there, and we have more preset that you can select from. So when you click on it, this is a dialog that will be the dialog box that comes. So this box or this window here comes with variety or categories of these sizes, where we have for mobile, we have for the web, we have for print, where we have the A5, A4, A3, and then we also have film and video, like I said earlier, YouTube and other screens, and we have art and illustration. So whenever you're coming to use Illustrator, you can come here and pick anyone. For me, the one I mostly use is the A4. So I select the A4, then I come to the preset details, then I name I give it a name of I give the file a name. So the name of this particular file, I can call it the Apple logo, because in this particular tutorial I'll be trying to design the Apple logo. So stay tuned and we'll continue. We don't end there, so you come down, we can increase the number of artboards. So when you open it, I'll show you what artboards are. The artboards are like the pages, the number of pages that you have. So I can increase it like 2, and then I can come to the bottom here, leave the bleed, and come to the bottom here, you see color mode. So on the color mode, always make sure that you change it to RGB. Okay, so when you change it to RGB before you continue, do not use the CMYK, because when you use the CMYK, you are going to see your colors differently from what you are expecting. Okay, so use the RGB because you'll be using most of your art on screens. So use the RGB, and then you click on create and sit back as your software creates that particular project for you. So when you click on create, this is what we have. Okay, so we have 2 A4 sheets here where you can work on. So these are the artboards, like I said. So we have 2 artboards here, this and then this. So when you come here, we have on your far right, you have your properties here, and then on your far left, you have your tools panel. Okay, so and then on the top part, so you have your options bar where you have your file edit menu. All this will be going through them one by one, so stay tuned. So at the top part, we have the selection tool, which is used to select and move your objects or your elements on your artboard, okay, or on this particular working area. So fortunately for us, for Illustrator, you can work everywhere. Okay, you can work even outside the artboard. So in this particular video, let me take you through the tools panel. So in the tools panel, we have rectangle here. So whenever you hover over a tool, Adobe has this feature where when you hover over a tool, a video of how to use that particular tool is displayed. So you can watch the video to learn, and then right under the video you have the shortcut key M, okay, to that can trigger that particular tool for you. And then you can learn more by clicking on this learn more, where they have a YouTube video for you, and then you have a lot of information for you. So you can select this rectangle tool, and then you can draw whatever you want. Now when you draw it like this and you don't see anything, come to the properties side, okay, which is on the far right. You have the fill, we have the stroke. The fill is what is inside the shape. So for example, when I change the fill like this, you see that the rectangle has a fill color of black. When I change it to this, it changes to pink and changes to red. Okay, so that is the fill. Now let me increase the stroke here so that you see what the stroke is. So the stroke here is the color around this particular rectangle. All right, so when I click on this stroke, you realize that you can change, then as you can see, you can change the color of this particular rectangle. Good. Now that is how it works. So in this particular video, like I said, we'll creating the Apple logo. So with the Apple logo, before that, one thing you should know about creating logos is that all logos are made up of shapes. Sorry, all modern logos are made up of shape, not the Ghanaian style where every your the owners want to have 3D, those kind of things. No. Every modern logo is made up of shapes. So when you look at Apple is made up of shapes. When you look at Nike, is a shape. When you look at Adidas, is a shape. All these modern people that have a great mind for creativity are use simple and minimal logo designs. Okay, good. So now let's come to the logo you are trying to design. So with the Apple logo, we go for ellipse tool. Right click on the rectangle, you see ellipse tool, polygon, star line, and then you pick the ellipse tool. So with the ellipse tool, we can click and drag to draw a circle. But see, the circle is not regular. What do we do? So what we're going to do is hold shift, and then the circle becomes regular for you like this. Good. Now what you can do is select your selection tool. In that way you can click and what select, and then also move your object, so something like this. So what we are going to do is we are going to duplicate. So now in Adobe software, anytime you want to duplicate something in any Adobe software, hold Alt and click and drag. I said hold Alt, click and drag. Alt key, click and drag. So you'll be able to duplicate it like this. But if you want it to keep in shape, or keep in line, sorry, you can hold shift. Then it will be on the same line. Okay, it will be on the same line. So you click and drag it to one side like this, such that the edge falls on the middle of the previous circle. Okay, then you have something like this. So you can click and drag over the two circles that you've drawn to select the two of them, and this is how it will be like. Okay, so when you select the two of them, we have something called a path finder. So you can find it in your properties, and if you cannot find it, you can come and find it in your how do you call it, Windows. Okay, in your options menu, come to Windows, you see path finder around here. Okay, you can select it. So what you're going to use the path finder to do is to combine these two shapes. So you see the first part, we call it unite them, and this is what we have. Okay, we are almost close to the Apple logo. Relax, you will not see it now. And you come to the direct selection tool. So this is what the direct selection tool is used for. You can use it to select anchor points on the particular shape that you want. So right here, I can click and drag at the bottom part, and you see that we have a point here, you have a point here, and you also have a point here. Look at it, this part is a point, this part too is another point, and this part too is another point. Okay, so after selecting those 3 points, I can drag. You can see that I'm drawing. You can see the apple now, right? You can see the red apple, very ripe now. Good. So I can drag it down like this. Now I have my apple. It learned how to bite it and put a leaf on it. All right, good. So what I do is to bite it, you can pick the ellipse tool, click and drag to create your shape like this. And what did I say use to keep it regular? You hold shift. So hold shift to keep it in regular shape. Okay, now we can move it to this particular line where we want it to bite. All right, we are going to subtract it. So you should see something like this. So we are subtracting this shape from this shape. Okay, so we can bring it here. That okay, we are biting this portion off. So we can select these two. Then we come to, you see the second part of the pathfinder. It's called minus. Okay, you minus the front, and then we have this. We are almost there, right? Very good. Now it's left how to put the shape, the leaf on top. So with the leaf, we pick two ellipse tools or two circles, and then they overlap like this. So when they overlap like that, you can see something like this. So we come to your align. We have align. So on the align, we have something that is the horizontally aligned center, so you can do something like this, and then the vertical one. All right, so with this one, this is the one we want us to do. We want to align them like this, okay, horizontally. So we use the vertical. So what we do is, this one we are not going to use the intersect. We can use the intersect, but I want us to try a different tool. If you use the intersect, you get it, but I want us to try a different tool. Take a look at these two, undo. Now come to your tools panel. You see this tool. It is called the shape builder tool. The shortcut is the shift plus M. What it is used to do is you click on it and you can select the part of the shape that you want. Okay, so if I want this shape, I can select on it and then it will remain. If I want this, I want it. If I want it, I'll select on it and it will be a standalone object or shape for me. So what I want to do is to get this part. When I click on it, you see that I selected green here, so this part has been selected for me as a standalone shape. Now if I want to get rid of this one, what I can do is hold Alt, click it, and it is gone. Click here and it's gone. If I click here, it will go away. I don't want that to happen, so I wait. And I take my selection tool, bring it here, and then I can, you see, when I bring it to the top right corner here, or any of the corner, the pointer changes to this rotate icon. Okay, so when I do this, holding shift, it's able to rotate for me, and then I can shift this right to the middle like that, and I have this. Let's reduce this size here. Good. And we have this logo here. Okay, so now let's revise on what we learned about the stroke. So the stroke, when you come to the properties side, you can click on the stroke color side, and then you can change the color that you want. If you do not want any color, this is what you do. You see this white with a red stroke with a red line across it, you click on it and all the strokes are gone. Now we can come to the fill side and pick a color that we want, which is dark, and we have this Apple logo right in front of us. So yeah, this is the Apple logo, and this is just an intro to Adobe Illustrator. If you are looking to learn more about Adobe Illustrator, you can go and research about Adobe Illustrator PDFs, and then you get them. If you can also search more on YouTube, and you can learn more about Adobe Illustrator. So see you in our next lessons.